In the early 2000s, BlackBerry reigned supreme. It was the phone for professionals. The iconic device with its tiny keyboard was ubiquitous. Politicians, CEOs, and everyone in between swore by their BlackBerry. BlackBerry's success was not an accident. It filled a crucial need in the market. People needed to stay connected to email on the go. BlackBerry provided a solution that worked seamlessly. The company's focus on security was another winning factor. BlackBerry's encrypted messaging service provided a level of privacy unmatched at the time. This made it a favorite in business circles where confidentiality was paramount. BlackBerry was more than just a phone, it was a status symbol. It was a sign of success, productivity, and being in the loop. Before smartphones existed, BlackBerry was already connecting people. They were pioneers in mobile email technology. Their devices allowed users to send and receive emails from anywhere. The BlackBerry's signature feature was its QWERTY keyboard. This tiny keyboard made typing emails a breeze. Users could respond to messages quickly and efficiently. This was a major advantage over early cell phones with their clunky number pads. BlackBerry's operating system was also designed for efficiency. It was simple to navigate and very stable. This reliability was another reason for BlackBerry's popularity. People trusted their BlackBerrys to work when they needed them. BlackBerry's appeal went beyond its technical capabilities. The device had a certain cachet. Owning a BlackBerry made a statement. It said, "I am important, I am connected, I get things done." The BlackBerry was synonymous with productivity. The constant ping of emails became a badge of honor. People were glued to their devices, responding to messages at all hours. This always-on culture was both celebrated and criticized. BlackBerry Messenger, or BBM, further added to the brand's allure. BBM was a messaging service exclusive to BlackBerry users. It allowed for instant and secure communication. BBM became a social network of its own, connecting millions of users worldwide. In 2007, the tech landscape changed forever. Apple launched the iPhone, a device that would redefine the way we communicate, work, and entertain ourselves. This revolutionary device introduced the world to the touchscreen smartphone, eliminating the need for physical keyboards and styluses. The iPhone was sleek, intuitive, and offered a whole new way to interact with technology. Its multi-touch interface allowed users to pinch, swipe, and tap their way through apps and content. Google followed suit with its Android operating system, which was designed to be flexible and customizable. Android was open source, meaning any phone manufacturer could use it. This open approach encouraged innovation and competition among manufacturers. This led to an explosion of affordable Android smartphones in the market, making advanced technology accessible to a broader audience. The iPhone and Android devices were a stark contrast to the BlackBerry, which had dominated the market with its physical keyboard and focus on email. They were all about apps, multimedia, and a vibrant user experience. The App Store and Google Play offered thousands of apps, transforming smartphones into versatile tools. The BlackBerry, with its focus on email and physical keyboard, suddenly felt outdated. It struggled to keep up with the new wave of touchscreen devices. Consumers were captivated by the possibilities of these new smartphones. They could browse the web, play games, and stay connected like never before. The game had changed, but BlackBerry was slow to realize it. By the time they adapted, it was too late. The iPhone and Android had already taken over the market. Section 5, the warning signs, BlackBerry's slow reaction. BlackBerry was initially dismissive of the iPhone. They underestimated the impact it would have on the market and their own business model. They saw it as a niche product, not a threat to their dominance. The executives believed that the iPhone was just a fancy gadget for tech enthusiasts and not something that would appeal to their core business customers. They believed their loyal business customers would never switch. The physical keyboard and secure email services were seen as irreplaceable features that would keep their clientele loyal. However, the warning signs were there. Market analysts and tech experts began to notice a shift in consumer preferences. Consumers were flocking to touchscreens and apps. The convenience and versatility of these new devices were hard to ignore. The iPhone's App Store was a runaway success, offering a wealth of software not available on BlackBerry. This ecosystem of apps created a new kind of user experience that BlackBerry couldn't match. BlackBerry's operating system, once considered a strength, was starting to feel clunky and outdated in comparison to the competition. Users found it less intuitive and more cumbersome to navigate. The company did attempt to introduce touchscreens and an app store. They launched new models and tried to modernize their software. However, these efforts felt half-hearted. The new features were poorly executed and failed to capture the imagination of consumers. They lacked the elegance and functionality of their rivals. The user experience on BlackBerry devices was simply not on par with what Apple and Android were offering. BlackBerry was losing ground fast, and their reluctance to adapt was costing them dearly. The once dominant player in the smartphone market was now struggling to stay relevant. Section 6. Sticking to their guns. BlackBerry's strategic mistakes. One of BlackBerry's biggest mistakes was its underestimation of the consumer market. They firmly believed their focus on business professionals would shield them from the iPhone and Android onslaught. This proved to be a fatal miscalculation. Consumers, enamored by the iPhone and Android devices, started bringing them to work. IT departments, pressured by employees, had to adapt. The bring your own device, or BYOD trend, was taking hold, and BlackBerry was not prepared. BlackBerry also failed to understand the importance of software and apps. They believed that their hardware and secure messaging were enough. They did not foresee the app revolution that would transform how people used their phones. Section 7. A series of missed opportunities. BlackBerry had opportunities to change course but failed to capitalize on them. They could have embraced Android and created their own line of powerful Android devices. They could have focused on building a robust app ecosystem. Instead, BlackBerry doubled down on its existing strategy. They released new devices with physical keyboards, clinging to a past that was quickly fading away. These devices failed to excite consumers who had already moved on. BlackBerry's software updates felt sluggish and outdated. Their app store remained a ghost town compared to the bustling marketplaces of Apple and Google. With each passing quarter, BlackBerry's market share dwindled. The once mighty giant was now struggling to stay afloat. Section 8. The final curtain. BlackBerry's exit from the smartphone market. In 2016, BlackBerry finally accepted the inevitable. They announced they would stop manufacturing their own smartphones. The company would instead license its brand to other manufacturers. This marked the end of an era. The BlackBerry, once a symbol of innovation and productivity, was relegated to the annals of tech history. The company that had once dominated the smartphone market was now a shadow of its former self. BlackBerry's downfall was a cautionary tale. It demonstrated the importance of adaptability in the face of technological advancements. It showed that even the most dominant companies could be overtaken if they failed to innovate and meet evolving consumer demands. Section 9. Lessons from the BlackBerry saga. BlackBerry's story offers valuable lessons for businesses operating in today's fast-paced world. Once a pioneer in the smartphone industry, BlackBerry's rise and fall is a testament to the volatile nature of the tech industry. Their journey from dominance to obsolescence is a cautionary tale for any company that wishes to remain relevant. First and foremost, adaptability is paramount. In an industry where change is the only constant, companies must be agile and ready to pivot at a moment's notice. BlackBerry's initial success was due to its innovative approach, but its downfall came when it failed to adapt to the rapidly changing market dynamics. Companies must be willing to evolve and embrace new technologies, even if it means disrupting their existing business models. This willingness to change can be the difference between staying ahead of the curve and falling behind. BlackBerry's reluctance to move away from its physical keyboard design, despite the clear market shift towards touchscreens, is a prime example of this. Secondly, understanding consumer trends is crucial. The ability to anticipate and respond to consumer needs can make or break a company. BlackBerry's failure to recognize the shift towards touchscreens and apps proved fatal. They underestimated the consumer's desire for a more versatile and user-friendly interface. BlackBerry's failure to recognize the shift towards touchscreens and apps proved fatal. Their once cutting-edge devices quickly became outdated as competitors like Apple and Samsung introduced more advanced and appealing products. This highlights the importance of staying in tune with market trends and consumer preferences. Companies must stay ahead of the curve, anticipating consumer needs and desires. This requires continuous research, development, and a willingness to take risks. BlackBerry's competitors were not afraid to innovate and push the boundaries, which ultimately led to their success. Finally, innovation cannot be an afterthought. It must be ingrained in a company's DNA. A culture of innovation encourages creativity and drives progress. BlackBerry's incremental approach to innovation was no match for the revolutionary spirit of its competitors. It must be ingrained in a company's DNA. Companies that foster a culture of innovation are more likely to stay ahead of the competition and meet the ever-evolving demands of the market. BlackBerry's story serves as a reminder that resting on past successes can lead to complacency and eventual decline. BlackBerry's incremental approach to innovation was no match for the revolutionary spirit of its competitors. While BlackBerry focused on refining existing products, companies like Apple and Google were busy redefining the entire smartphone experience. This stark contrast in approach highlights the importance of bold, visionary thinking in the tech industry. To thrive in the tech world, companies need to be bold, daring, and relentless in their pursuit of the next big thing. This means not only keeping up with current trends, but also setting new ones. The ability to innovate and disrupt the market is what separates the leaders from the followers. The story of BlackBerry serves as a reminder that even giants can fall if they fail to adapt and innovate. No company is immune to the forces of change, and those that do not evolve will inevitably be left behind. BlackBerry's decline is a powerful lesson in the importance of staying relevant in a constantly changing industry. It is a story that continues to resonate today, urging businesses to remain vigilant, agile, and customer-centric in an ever-changing technological landscape. The rise and fall of BlackBerry is a testament to the fact that innovation, adaptability, and a deep understanding of consumer needs are essential for long-term success in the tech industry.